Hey guys, it's NBJ, and I wanted to tell you about the crossover Disney movie that I came up with. Basically, it's about a couple of some original Disney movies, but they're all put in one big film. Basically, it starts off with Jim hanging out with his mom and Ben the robot at the Bimbo Inn until Silver decides to pay him a visit. But while he's there, he tells Jim and his friends and his mom a story about legendary people who can jump to different places without any certain talent, and they're called crossovers. And when Jim decides that he wants to learn more about them, he decides to go with Silver on a journey to find some surviving crossovers, because legend has it that they are no longer around. So when Jim and Silver head off on their journey, they end up in this big palace, which happens to be the palace where Ariel, Melody, and Prince Eric live. And when Jim sees Ariel, he immediately falls for her, but his dreams are shattered when he finds out that she's married to Prince Eric. So he tries to win her over by spending a lot of time with her, and when he does, she ends up growing feelings for him too, but she knows that she can't because she's married. So Jim decides to go to Hades, who is in a group called the League of Evil. He and a bunch of other Disney villains have formed one big group in order to take over all worlds and become the next generation of crossovers. But Jim doesn't know that, so he strikes a bargain with Hades that he has 3 days to have Ariel fall in love with him, and if he doesn't, then his soul will become Hades forever. And when the 3 days are up, she does fall in love with him, but she doesn't accept it, so she lies and says that she doesn't love him at all, which leaves Jim to be pretty down. But the more she tries to resist, the more the truth keeps coming back to her, until she decides to have a talk with Prince Eric to let him know that she can't be with him anymore because she's grown larger feelings for someone else. So when she runs after Jim, he's about to leave back home, but Ariel stops him and finally confesses that she does love him a lot. But Hades comes and says that time is up and Jim's soul has to become his possession forever. But Jim tells him that it's not going to happen because he's got Ariel to fall in love with him. Furious as Hades is, he decides to take his soul anyway. So Ariel needs to decide how she's going to get Jim back. So she, Peter Pan, and another Disney character travel down to the Underdrome to find Jim's soul and bring it back to his body before it fades away in the next 24 hours. And if they don't make it in time, then Jim's body will, completely fade away. And, that's as much as I can tell you, because the movie is going to be pretty long, as you already know. So I'm just going to give you a little heads up on what it's about. This is NBJ signing off, and see you on the next video I make.